Hello, everybody. All right, Sloth here, and I just want to just talk a little Titan for you. And I just got some recent help from a member of the Alliance on just putting together Titan teams. And I just want to share it with you because I learned some new things. There's some things I already knew that I was doing right, but I just want to talk to you about it. So let's just look at the current Titan that we have right here in the alliance I'm part of right now. And, it's a dark Titan, the Chaos Spider, which you all know. I'm sure you've seen this one and fought against it plenty of times. It pretty much gives damage to all enemies and then poisons you for quite a bit over 6 turns. So you definitely want to be aware of that. So if we look here, I just want to go over this team I have. This is my Dark Titan team that I put together, and there's a couple concepts that I just want to point out. The first concept is defense down. You want to go ahead and defense down your Titan as quickly and as often as possible. This will obviously help with the damage, right? And that's what we're doing with these Titan hits. We're trying to do as much damage as possible. I was running with Grim for forever on this, and I never even considered that Wilbur would be a good option. But he is. He's a very good option for many reasons. So if you have Wilbur and he's not on your Titan team, I'm going to tell you right now that you should put him on. Unless you have a 5-star for that color that gives you either your element defense down, so it helps you with your element hits, or like a 5-star defense down. I don't, so I have to run with 4 stars. Thing about Wilbur is he does share damage across all allies. He shares damage against the enemies too, but with the Titan you only have 1 enemy, so you're still doing full damage, right? So that's not going to impact to help the Titan. All allies will get a defense boost, and it'll be minus 44% defense on the actual Titan itself. So I would recommend running him. And then what you want to do, in this case I just took some super mana potions because I had a bunch of them, but you can take any regular mana potions you want, and you want to get him fired up and off when you start. Okay, so right from the start, your defense is shared, damage is up, your defense is up, your shared damage is applied across for when the Titan hits your characters before it gets its special going, and the defense is down on the Titan to start. The other thing is, and I've been in different alliances where they're looking at their hero's attack, and with that is the special. I think it's more important if we look here. Drake's attack is at 772, and then you have June at 749, and then Ranveer at 806, which is really, really high actually. The thing is, when you attack a Titan, inevitably, well, not inevitably, almost always, you're going to lose heroes. So if you're putting heroes in to your team just for their special, they're going to end up getting killed, and you're not going to have that special. Now, the tiles, though, that you throw into the Titan, they're always going to do damage based on the heroes that you brought in, not what's alive, right? So you want to make sure that you're more aware of your tile damage than you are of your special damage. Okay, that's going to be in the long run of the hit on the Titan, especially with the bigger Titans. That's going to provide a stronger impact to the overall damage that you're doing. Second thing that I want to talk about, instead of defense down, is also increased attack. So my increased attack is Ranveer. He's on all my teams. It's good because he does do a direct damage with his attack. If you don't have him, a lot of people have Wukong. Same idea, right? So it's going to increase your attack by a really large percentage with a chance of missing. The thing about Ranveer, if you have him, I highly recommend you taking time to level him. is that the attack increase and the accuracy, when you're fighting heroes, it sometimes can work, not against you, but it doesn't apply because it only applies when the enemy has more hit points than the attacker. It does last also for 5 turns. With a Titan, you're pretty much always going to have a Titan with more hit points than your attacker. So it's gonna apply. And then it also gives my Holy Allies defense against Dark for 4 turns, which, in this case, with my Dark Titan team, with my Holy Allies, is going to help. And then the other thing I want to say is healing. So I have Vivica here with her healing, and she's not fully leveled, but that's okay. She's like any other healer I have, except for Ariel. I have all 4-star healers, so she's going to help out with that. Also add to the tile damage for the Holy. Let's look at another team here. So here's a Holy Titan team. Again, I have Wilbur for defense down. Damage up is Ranveer. Here's my healer. And then I have tile damage. These are damage to all enemies, heroes, but again, I'm looking at the tile damage. So his attack is 747, 790. Okay, so that's going to help. Here's my Fire Titan team. Now, in this case, I did go with Grim over Wilbur just because he's going to add to the tile damage. 752 is what he has. Alassi is 806. Ariel has 776. And then I could throw in, well, not could. I will put Vela in for Richard, but I want to wait till she's a little stronger. She's only at 370 right now. I have to wait to ascend her. So right now I have Richard in to drop the defense, or not the defense, the attack power of the Titan if he goes off. And my Nature Titan, again, I have Wilbur for defense down, Ranveer for attack damage, and then my healer, Zanzog, he has a 743 attack, 699 for Marjana, and then Mitsuko can reduce the mana of the target, which is nice. I had another option, but I like her. She has quite a bit of health, pretty good defense, and around 700 attack, so that really helps. Here's my Ice Titan. So in this case, I went with Buddy as my defense down. Here's my attack up. Here's also my attack up. And he regenerates hit points, but he does give a 48% attack increase to Buddy and Cadillin. And then, of course, I have Kingston, who also lowers the damage. If I would use him over Buddy. Well, not over Buddy. I would use Buddy first and then Kingston, because then the tiles will continue to reduce the attack damage. Whereas if I fire Kingston first and then Buddy, Buddy will override the special for Kingston, and then the tiles won't continue to increase the Titan's damage down for each hit. So yeah, so those are just some thoughts for you. But again, you want to look at, first and foremost, you want to look at defense down. If you can defense up or attack up your characters, but if not, that's not overly important. You want to have 1 increase percentage of attack if you can. You also want to have a healer if you can. And then you want to look at your tile damage, which relates to your attack power. Okay, over your specials, because you will lose your characters while you're hitting Titans, and then you won't have that special anyway. And if you're picking someone with a lower attack, then you're kind of reducing your tile damage, which is where you get a lot. So in the last hit, I wish I had a flag to show you, but in the last hit I did pretty good. If you look here, I just changed that around for this last hit. I did a half an hour ago, and I did 45,000 damage. It wasn't a bad board at all, but it wasn't an amazing board either. And then the ones prior to that, before I rearranged them and sought some advice, was you see that there, 23,000, around 18,000, and 38,000. So really helped. I just want to share that with you. So I hope you found this a little bit helpful for you. Nothing wrong with using the same characters across the whole way, but if you can keep the color, especially for the defense down, you can go ahead and do that. I don't have like a Panther, or I do have what's the other one? Jackal. I don't have Jackal either. If you guys have those characters, they would surely help as well. So thank you for tuning in. Hope you enjoyed it, and I will talk to you soon. Bye.